Welcome back to Prime Review USA, where today we're diving into one of the most powerful machines in the world of agriculture, the versatile 620 DeltaTrack. If you're in the market for serious horsepower and next-level traction in the field, this might just be what you've been looking for. Built with brute strength, smart engineering, and field-proven durability, the 620 DeltaTrack is a true beast designed to conquer the most demanding farming conditions with ease. We've spent some quality time putting this machine to the test, and in this review, I'm going to break down its performance, comfort, technology, and value, so you can decide if it's worth the investment. Asterisk, let's start with what immediately stands out: the sheer presence of the versatile 620. This thing looks aggressive and ready for battle with its 4-track system and wide, muscular stance. Under the hood, it's powered by the Cummins QSX15 engine, pumping out 620 horsepower. That's raw, unfiltered power meant for serious tillage, seeding, and heavy-duty applications. One thing you'll notice when operating it is that this power isn't just for show. It translates to real torque and efficient operation, especially under load. The DeltaTrack system with 4 independent tracks provides incredible traction and a smoother ride compared to wheeled tractors, especially in softer ground or uneven terrain. You'll find minimal slippage and better flotation, which helps prevent compaction and protects your fields over time. Asterisk, when it comes to transmission, Versatile sticks to what works. The 16-speed powershift transmission is smooth, responsive, and very operator-friendly. It gives you solid control whether you're in high-torque, low-speed operations or hauling across the field. We didn't notice any lag or hesitation between gears, and it held its ground nicely on inclines. And when pulling heavy implements, the transmission and drivetrain work in harmony with the track system to deliver impressive efficiency and power to the ground. And honestly, it's one of the best track drive integrations we've seen in this horsepower class. Asterisk, inside the cab. Versatile continues its tradition of simplicity, paired with comfort. The DeltaTrack 620 offers a spacious ergonomic interior that doesn't overwhelm you with unnecessary tech. Everything you need is laid out logically and within easy reach, from the multifunction joystick to the climate controls. The air seat is comfortable for long days. Visibility is excellent in every direction, thanks to the large windows. And the sound insulation is good enough that you won't feel like you're shouting over the engine all day. One thing we particularly appreciated is that Versatile hasn't tried to reinvent the wheel when it comes to operator controls. If you've driven a high-horsepower tractor before, you'll feel right at home here. And if you're upgrading from an older machine, the learning curve is minimal. Asterisk now. Let's talk about tech and connectivity, because that's where a lot of modern tractors either shine or stumble. Versatile has kept the DeltaTrack system straightforward, focusing more on reliability and durability than flashy software. That said, the optional GPS and auto steer systems are accurate and easy to integrate. The machine is fully compatible with industry-standard precision farming systems. So if you're already running Trimble or John Deere systems on other machines, integration is a breeze. However, Versatile doesn't come with as many built-in advanced features as some competitors like Case IH or John Deere's higher-end models, so if your operation relies heavily on high-tech precision farming, that's something to consider. But it's also reflected in the price. Asterisk, speaking of which, the 620 DeltaTrack comes in at a more competitive price point than some of its rivals in the 600 HP range. You're getting excellent value for the horsepower, the build quality, and the track system. Versatile's focus has always been durability, serviceability, and long-term value. And the 620 DeltaTrack sticks to that philosophy. Maintenance access is excellent, with wide swing-out panels, ground-level servicing points, and thoughtful component placement. Farmers who prefer to do their own maintenance will appreciate how user-friendly this machine is. And Versatile also has a reputation for using standardized parts where possible, which means you're not locked into expensive proprietary components if something needs. Replacing asterisk field performance was impressive across the board. Whether we were deep ripping, running a high-speed disc, or pulling a large air seeder, the 620 DeltaTrack delivered consistent power without feeling strained. Traction was never an issue, even in some pretty wet spots where a wheeled tractor would have struggled or left deep ruts. the DeltaTrack floated right through. Maneuverability is solid too, for such a large machine. It turns tighter than you'd expect, thanks to the independent track steering, and provides a very stable platform for heavy implements. The hydraulic system also deserves a mention. With up to 58 GPM flow and multiple remotes, it handled every task we threw at it without breaking a sweat. Asterisk, one of the standout points for us was how stable and predictable the tractor feels at higher speeds, even when fully loaded. There's minimal bounce, and the ride is surprisingly smooth thanks to the suspension in the track system and cab. Operators can stay productive longer without the fatigue you often get from long hours on rough terrain. Over the course of our testing, we also found that the fuel efficiency was competitive for its class. You don't buy a 620 horsepower tractor expecting Prius-level fuel consumption. But Versatile's tuning and engine performance balance power and economy pretty well. With DEF use factored in, you're still getting good value per acre when compared to its main competitors, asterisk, in terms of brand reputation. Versatile may not have the global name recognition of some other brands, but it has a loyal following for a reason. The company has a long history of building tough, reliable tractors that do the job without unnecessary frills. The DeltaTrack system is engineered in Canada, tested in harsh North American conditions, and clearly built to last. When you look at the long-term durability and simplicity of service, the 620 makes a lot of sense for large farms looking to maximize uptime and minimize complexity. If you're after a dependable machine that can work long days in tough conditions and keep going year after year, the 620 DeltaTrack is definitely worth your attention. Asterisk. So, after everything we've seen and tested, would we recommend the versatile 620 DeltaTrack? Absolutely, with a few conditions. If you're the kind of operator who values power, traction, and rugged simplicity over high-end tech and touchscreen everything, this tractor is a top-tier contender. It's built to work hard, it's engineered with real-world farming in mind, and it delivers the kind of field performance that large-scale operations need. On the other hand, if you're deep into automation and advanced connectivity, you may find it a bit light on built-in features. But for most producers who want reliable horsepower and a machine that just works, the 620 DeltaTrack is a smart investment. Asterisk, thanks for sticking with us through this in-depth review. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Prime Review USA for more real-world equipment reviews, and drop your questions in the comments. We'll be happy to answer them. Until next time, stay safe out there and keep working smart.